You remember this old hymn? And he tells me I am his own. That's an old, old hymn. And I kind of love this little hymn, and it reminds me of a story of something that happened to me when I first started working as a respiratory care practitioner. I just got a license and there was no jobs anywhere, but I was able to get a job working at the Veterans Home in California, Northern California, Yountville. This was a place that was for veterans only. It was assisted living, and they just had hundreds of vets there, and all levels of health care, because there was a hospital there to take care of their needs as well. They had dental clinics. They had everything there. They still do, by the way. I don't think their health care levels of care, I don't think they have a hospital there anymore. It's just more assisted living and skilled nursing. And so, but I was working there when the hospital was there. And at nighttime, I'd go to work there on the night shift. And I was on call other hospitals in the area. But this was a job that I could do, that I could depend on. And so at nighttime, I would go out into the wards with at a certain level of care. And I would provide treatments to some of the vets. And this one particular night, when I was walking down through the hallways, I saw a room off in the distance, and there was no light whatsoever. It was dark. The door was open, and the hallway just felt so desolate. I didn't see anybody in sight, but I could hear some singing coming out of the room. And at first glance, you got the feeling that here's an old vet that's all by himself, living out his last years. And so as I was walking up towards the room and heard what he was singing, I began to realize he wasn't alone. And such a beautiful song, walks with me, talks with me, tells me that I'm not alone, and the joy we share. Oh, what beautiful words that have fed people through the years. That's an old hymn, and it's fed a lot of souls, a lot of hearts, with a hope and a truth that God's real. And when you reach out to him, you're never alone. It's a truth that this old vet figured out, and I witnessed. Well, I thought today we would do something entirely different. I know that's a little heavy, but I did bring a lesson for today. I honestly did. It's totally different from that startup. I was just thinking about it this morning. Or actually, yesterday evening, I got to thinking about that song, and that memory came to mind. But I was thinking about it because I was sort of working a little bit on this, bringing melodies out when you're playing fingerstyle. And I was thinking of things that you can do that helps you bring in that actual melody. And I thought of one that I would share with you today. It's just an exercise, but it's something, if you have it, you'll be able to use it if you're playing in those keys. And basically it's going to be working in the key of F, and F, B flat, and C. Of course, you can play F, B flat, and C up here in the first position, but what I want to do is play it with this formation, slide up to the 6th fret for the B flat, and then up to the 8th fret for the C. And you probably, there's a lot of old rock and roll songs that use those chords, and they probably barred it. But what I want to do is just play it this way for a reason, because I want to show you some, just a little scale or fingering around that formation that I want you to practice doing at each of those places, the F, the B flat, and the C, so that you get used to using it, okay? And it'll come in handy somewhere down the line when you're playing with somebody or even trying to bring in a melody. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so here we have the F chord, right? All right, so here it is, F. Now, the fingering that I want you to do is right there at the first 3 frets, starting out with the C note or the 1st fret, 2nd string. Take your ring finger, play you're still on the 2nd string now. Play the 3rd fret, go to the 1st string, play the 1st fret, then go to the 3rd fret, and then take this ring finger and just slide up and back. You can play it fast like that, or you can pause. However you want to do it. Okay, so that's I want you to start by practicing that. And now my fingers down here, my thumb is dedicated, strings 6, 5, 4. So the 4th string is being picked up by the thumb. And then these 3 fingers are picking up 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we got it. All right. So now you slide up to the 6th fret. And you're going to do the same exact fingering, except you're taking off at the 6th fret, 2nd string. Then you go to the 8th, back to the 6th fret on the 1st string, back to the 8th. There's that F shape again, but you're in B flat. And then slide up 2 more frets with that F shape. Okay, so that's the first part. So you have to remember that, okay? Now we're going to go down here to and do the power chord for the F chord. Do you remember that one's called the F5 right here? There's the chord chart. And basically, it's this 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to do that same, except it's going to be down here for the power chord, and it's going to start on the 5th fret, 3rd string. It's the same shape in terms of the scale. So you're doing string 5, and you're at 3, 5, and then you go to string 4, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3. And that's the F, power chord F, or F5. Okay, now you slide this up to the 6th fret, and then you're going to do the same exact thing, starting out with where the middle finger is there, at the 8th fret. Same thing, same shape, 8, 10, and then go to the 4th string, 8, 10. And then you're going to slide up to the 8th fret, and there's your C5. Okay, and you're going to come down here, same exact thing. This is where that middle finger is where you're going to take off. Back down to F. Okay. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you today. It's very simple, but I guarantee it'll be an exercise for your fingers to play. It's an exercise for mine. And it'll get you used to it. And mix it up a little bit and have some fun with it. All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.